36, Fatherhood, Hip Hop, and Sports, man. Today, January the 30th, 2023, Monday. It's a pretty day outside. I don't know how things are going out there on the East Coast, but it's pretty clear skies out here on the West. I want to start episode 36 off, man, by saying thank you. Thank you to the YouTube family, man. Uh, Thank you to the subscribers. Thank you for giving little pro lift man this opportunity to get online and to voice my opinion and to speak on some topics that mean a lot to me. So I just want to say a very special shout out, man, to the YouTube family, man. Thank you guys very, very much for making all of this possible, giving me this platform to get online and speak on fatherhood, hip hop, and sports. Uh, I want to send a special shout out, man, to all the fathers, to all the mothers out there across the world. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. Um, when I think of fatherhood, when I think of motherhood, as a collective, um, the learning never stops. Um, whether your kids are infants, in their teens, in their early 20s in college, or in their 30s or in their 40s, the work never stops as parents. And when I think of fatherhood and how good it's been to me, how much I've learned from it's just an exciting but scary feeling knowing that uh, the work never stops. And there's a lot of different techniques and things that we can be embarking on day in and day out to become better at uh, these things that mean a lot to us. So big shout out, man, to all the fathers out there across the world, man. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. Before we dive straight into to some hip hop news, man. We all know what's going on in the world right now. And when I say the world, uh, I'm talking about the U.S. of course as a whole, but um, we gotta broaden our horizons though, because it's a lot of jacked up stuff that's going on the planet Earth. Period. And this is deeper than just the United States or England or Africa or China or Russia or Indonesia or the Philippines or Antarctica or Australia. It's deeper than just uh, these exact locations. I think this is an earthly thing. This is something that's just going on in the universe right now, and it's a lot of jacked up energy out here. And Memphis as a city, it seems like every time I go live, I'm talking about something going on in Memphis. I I don't know what's floating around in the air out there. Because if it's not Memphis, it's Atlanta. And I have childhood attachments to both of those cities, both of those geographical locations, and man, this news is big. It's old news. I don't know if a lot of y'all are aware, but I mean, y'all gotta be aware now because uh, the situation happened on the 6th of January, 7th, the 7th of January. The situation took place, and the guy passed away 3 days after the fact. Five African Americans, five brothers, five black men, and just roughed another black man up. And he died. Um, we going into Black History Month. Black History Month in my eyes is every day. I'm black every day. I'm black all year. I'm black by the hour. You know what I mean? My black don't never stop. So I'm proud to be an African American. I'm proud to, be a man of color. I'm proud to know that it's always a target on me. I'm proud to know that, it's a lot of, energy out here in the world that, they don't really respect us as black men, and the ones that get the praise and the glory, it's because of wealth, you know. Um, and if you're not in a certain tax bracket in America, we ain't even talking about in Africa or Brazil, South. We ain't even talking about in other places. Just here in America, man. If you're not in a certain tax bracket, man, it's always it's an uphill battle for the man of color because you don't have a lot of support, and then the support that you do have is not support; it's more like competition, and we wonder why, as a culture, we're always a few steps behind all these other races of people because it seems like as blacks, we don't know how to get along. We don't know how to build each other up. We don't know how to, you know, push each other through to the finish line. And that's the most sucky part about this episode because I kind of, dodged it on 35 because, my phone was running behind schedule. I was low on juice. I was part day with the kids that day, and I was well aware of the situation a few episodes ago. It was just very touchy thing because I wanted to make sure I had enough juice, and I was in somewhat of mm, a conscious space to be able to speak on this topic because Memphis, y'all gotta do better, man. It's too much going on out there. It's too much going on. In the last year, it just seemed like every other month, every other week, something in the news about Memphis, and it's negative. It's death, and it's people checking out, people getting smoked, people getting knocked off, you know, and people out here just playing with other people's lives as if, you know, that's cool. And, the youngsters out here, uh, they taking drugs, eating it up like candy, and man, between Memphis and Atlanta, man, it's a lot of crazy energy going on in those two places. And all I can say is, I hope the Most High uh, continues to shine some kind of light on these cities, on these law enforcement agencies in these cities, to all the up and coming entrepreneurs, black, brown, blue, green, whatever ethnicity you are. You know, um, we got to stay prayed up out here. We got to move. We got to start. We got to move militant, but we got to also move, peaceful too as well because um, that situation just bothered me. I didn't really try to watch all the visuals, everything that was put up online in regards to Mr. Nichols. And while we speaking on this subject, man, Father God, please wrap your hands around these kids' family, man. Uh, Even though now it's national news, um, all I can say, yeah, just wrap your arms around his family, man. I don't know if he was a father, but I know he was somebody's son. Uh, he was a human being, you know. And those cops that did that to him, uh, uh, man, that was jacked up. Because that can easily be one of your kids in another prominent city. and cops doing that to your child or to your uncle or to your brother or your cousin. And yeah, man, this is a message to a PSA announcement to all law enforcement agencies. Agents, uh, people of that got the right to carry guns and all that on your holsters and your hips and shit, man. Uh, be a human being, man. When you're out here doing your job. Um, be a human being, because at the end of the day, it's a limit to everything. And what y'all did to that man, it was unnecessary, very disrespectful. And if that was five white men doing that to a black man, the whole country would be in uproar right now, especially going into Black History Month. And I'm a black man just speaking on what's real, you know. It'd be a whole uproar in the country right now if that would have been five white men. So being that it's five black men that did this, y'all waited, I mean, as a whole. And see, I feel like being that Memphis Police Department, that whole agency down there, I they all that whole agency down there is weird to me, super weird to me. Cause there's been too much shit going on in that city for the last year, and it's just like, man, for this to happen, and all five of those cops, they should be very ashamed of themselves, and whatever kind of uh punishment or consequences coming their way, y'all deserve it straight up. And I ain't finna sit here and say it should be this, it should be that, because I'm not no judge. I didn't go to law school. I don't have that right to get online, get on no global platform and say, oh, yeah, them motherfuckers deserve this. Nah, even if they was white men, I wouldn't be doing the same shit. All I would be saying is, hey, you deserve what you gotta, you gotta pay for your consequences, man. And being that the man lost his life, um, yeah, it's jacked up, and God gon' have the final say. And see, that's the cold reality when we be talking about high profile shit going on in the country, in these prominent cities. You know, yeah, the district attorneys, the judges that slamming the mallet, I mean, which is a lot of the times is a Caucasian man that's, determining the fate of an individual. Uh, 65% of a lot of the judges throughout this country are Caucasian men. And when you think about the power that a judge has in knowing that a person's life is in the fate of his hand, um, that's fucked up, man. That's super fucked up what happened down there in Memphis. And top of the AM. That's something that what you looking for? This and yeah, it's just don't that was a bad feel, man. To just find out about all of that. I knew about it the last few episodes, and I just couldn't wrap my heart around it because them guys should be ashamed of themselves, man. And one thing and two things for sure, man. God is the ultimate. He don't like ugly. He don't like injustice, unrighteousness, and I think Mr. Nichols' family gonna get some justice, and I feel like the higher ups, y'all need to go down into Memphis. Y'all need to go down there to Atlanta. And I know in both of these cities, y'all got federal buildings, federal agents in both of these prominent cities. I mean, Memphis is the home of fucking what's the show? First 48. Y'all the home. Y'all Shelby County. got so many goddamn episodes on First 48. It's kind of like, damn, I'm surprised the people that created that show came up with the cuss cell. They got to be from Shelby. They got to be from Memphis or somewhere in that area because it's like a lot of the stuff that's on 48. It took place in Shelby County. So um, the higher ups, man, y'all need to get down to Shelby County and Fulton County and these cities, man, and find out what's going on with all um, this black on black hate. And because it's not no black and white thing, it's mostly black folks killing black folks, brown people, black people of color just murdering each other, killing each other, putting people in situations where it's life or death. And it's like, why can't we all just get along, get some money, raise our kids, fucking party, you know, like even with the hip hop, like the hip hop, and let's just jump into hip hop, man. Hip hop, you know, I just want to send this big shout out, man, to the God MCs, Rick Ross, J. Cole, Rakim, Alicia Keys. Uh, they just had some birthdays here over the past few days. So I want to send a big special shout out to those uh, uh, dope collaborators to the culture when we're talking about from a hip hop perspective. Uh, Anytime you make another trip around the sun, um, that's a beautiful feel. So big shout out to Rakim, J. Cole, Rick Ross, Alicia Keys, man. They've had some birthdays here in the last previous days, man. Big shout out to Hove, man. Hove, he Hove. It's been rumors that he's gonna be performing here at the Grammys here next weekend. Um, think that's gonna be a dope star-studded ordeal. Hove ain't performed at the Grammys in a good, in a good bit, if ever. So big shout out to Hove, man, for being added to the Grammys lineup for performances. Uh, Big shout out to the higher ups. There's been rumors, speculations that they added a $5 million boost to the hip hop museum in the Bronx. Big shout out to the higher ups, man. Anytime you guys are taking some bread, and putting it to a good cause, especially something that's represent the culture, we the people of color, and we ain't just talking, oh, black African Americans, and we going into Black history. Nah, it's because I'm black every day, but I mean, and my blackness is all year round, about an hour. So I'm very aware in knowing that you know it's a lot of different uh, walks of life other than just the African American race. And when I just say that, I'm just saying people of color in general. Um, they've all been contributors to the culture, to hip hop, to American fucking history. Period. Um, so yeah, thank you to the higher ups for. Uh, but I also would like to, I think there need to be more hip hop museums across the country. We need some hip hop museums out here in LA area. You need some hip hop museums down in Texas. You need some hip hop museums up in Vegas. I feel like I don't know how many hip hop museums you got, all over the country, but to dump 5 million into the one in the Bronx, that's a pretty, nice chunk of change of cash, so or revenue. So, but big shout out to the higher ups for making that happen. That's dope. That's ill. It's newsworthy stuff. Uh, Also, man, I want to just send a special shout out, man, to Jid. He got one of the top albums in the country right now. Big shout out to OG Nas, King Disease 3, still booming. Shout out to Buffalo's own Conway. He's right there in the mix of some things. Big shout out to Vince Staples. He got a nice project out right now. And to end and to cap off the top five spot, big shout out to the Bay Area's own man, Real Smooth P. player ass cool cat by the name of Larry June. Big shout out to Larry June, man. He got a real nice project out. Uh, Heard a couple cuts off it. It's pretty groovy. Um, Dude's a real life storyteller. Um, and and the ladies love him. So you can't if you're a real nigga and you in this, you respect isms, you gotta throw some niggas some kudos like that. So big shout out to Larry June, man, for holding the bay down, doing what you do, man. Uh, your body of work it got a lot of buzz, and across the nation right now, across the world. So big shout out to those five collaborators to the culture, what y'all doing for the culture, man, and I think that's very very dope. Sports, man. Well, before we dive into anything else, we just gonna top things straight off with the Super Bowl matchup, man. We got the number one seeds from both sides that's beating in the Super Bowl. I didn't have neither one of them getting there, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I didn't. I thought both of them was gonna fall apart somewhere and not get there, but I also respected the fact that throughout that process of me processing a lot of the stuff that was taking place before things was taking place and as they was taking place, I never was ignorant to the facts. And the facts were both of these teams were well coached, very well coached, very well coached. They both, you know, were number one seeds for a legitimate reason. So, and they both have dope fan bases. So, big shout out to the Eagles and the Chiefs. They are the participants of Super Bowl 57 that will be taking place in Glendale, Arizona, the home of the Arizona Cardinals, indoor facility. So, uh, should be some fireworks. Should be exciting. Should be, well, I ain't gonna say it should be. We know it. The intensity and the energy gonna be, off the charts. But yeah, big shout out to Coach Nick Sirianni and OG Andy Reid, man. OG Andy Reid, we all know, coached the Eagles for 14, 15 years. Gave that organization a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And they've had a mix up of things, since his departure. Of course, they won a Super Bowl 45 seasons ago. And here they are. They right back in the mix of trying to capture another Super Bowl in the last two Super Bowls here in the last 6 years. Similar to what KC's done. They trying to get their second Super Bowl here in the last 4, 5 seasons. So um the energy is gonna be off the charts. You got brothers facing against each other, the Kelseys. And I feel like here in the next few episodes, we're gonna dive deep into the injury reports and just some of the cool things that's going to be attached to both of those teams in the media here in the next few days. And yeah, we've made it to the end of the NFL season of 2022. And what I can say, what I learned the most by watching football this season is the committee, the fans, uh, the FCC, uh, all the major television networks, man. I'm very happy and proud of how everybody has dealt with COVID and how we're a couple seasons removed from that ridiculous year, and everything seems like it's back to normal. Everybody's you know packing these venues out. A lot of these owners and organizations and entities that are attached to these sports teams, to these broadcast companies. Uh, the economy is things are circulating back. back like they supposed to be. And but when we talk about viruses and germs and just fugazi energy out here in the world, uh, the only way we can stay equipped and ready for that, we just gotta stay prayed up. We gotta take care of ourselves as much as possible because that was a very freaky year, and to see how football, NBA, Major League Baseball, all these uh, professional things that are entertainment to us in the free world as people that are not a part of those industries as just legitimate professionals and entertainers. Uh, yeah, it's just a beautiful thing to see that all these doctors, all these scientists, all these people behind the scenes have put in so much work to try to get us back to somewhat of a normal society. But uh, the real ones and the people aware and the people that are real conscious and woke out here, we know that man, it's a lot of propaganda. That's all I'm gonna say. That's going on uh, in the world, in society, on Earth here today, and God is the ultimate. The Most High is the ultimate. So we have to be mindful of that, and we have to be thankful for that because you know each day is within a 24-hour time span, which is a day. That's like one of the best gifts that the Most High can give us, which is that chance to embark on another day and just try to be dope, be creative, you know, be magnificent as much as possible to whatever it is we're gonna dedicate our time and our energy to, and let the work just try to let the work speak for itself. So, but big shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs, man. Y'all both deserve it. Y'all both uh, work y'all asses off all year long to be in this moment, and I can't wait to see Super Bowl 57 out there in Arizona, man. That's gonna be a real dope thing. College basketball, man. There was a lot of things that took place in college basketball this past weekend, man. As you guys all know, uh, covered in episode 35, man. There was the Big 12 and the SEC challenge that took place here this weekend. And out of the 10 games that I kept track of, man, the Big 12, they scraped the SEC up, man. They walked away out of the 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 challenge up 7 games, 7-3. So out of the 10 games, the Big 12 won 7 of the 10 games between the two respective conferences. Um, Alabama took a good loss. They went out there to Oklahoma and got scraped up by them Sooners, man. So they gonna drop a little bit. Tennessee held home court down. Kansas, man. Kansas went down to Lexington and took care of business. Coach Cal, man, you got a lot of work to do. Um, saw Michigan State and Michigan got blasted this past weekend. Zach Edey went off, had a monster double game. Went off of Daniel Farley, 38 and 13, I want to say. So yeah, big shout out to Purdue, the Boilermakers, man. You guys are handling business and y'all playing like the number one team in the country. Houston, they took care of business at home this past weekend. And right now we're gonna just touch bases on uh what the media, what the experts, because I'm only an expert in my own lane. You know what I'm saying? I'm not uh, a paid journalist. I'm not a paid uh, public speaker or anything of that nature right now. But respectfully, the information I get out here and gather, the knowledge and things that I have of these sports and the things that I feel, okay, I'm doing some homework on it. I ain't gonna talk on it if I don't feel like it's pure. But right now they got the I went down and like I promised from episode 35, I'm gonna give y'all a rundown of the top 30 players. So you got 30 NBA teams. So right now I'm going to give y'all the top 30 players that will be eligible for the 2023 NBA draft come June. So we already know who number one is. The guy out there, the guy from France, Victor Wembanyama, uh, 7'4", whatever, however tall he is, and got guard skills. That's gonna be crazy. Interesting to see coming to the league doing that at that height. All I can say, what I have seen, he got to bulk up. He got to put some weight on that body. But the cold part about it, you know, damn, how much weight can a person that tall, that long, his bones and everything, this large, how much weight can he put on and still be quick and athletic and finesse and graceful at his size? How much weight can he really put on? Personally, I feel like he need to put on about 15 pounds of muscle. If he could put on about 10, 15 pounds of muscle, he gonna be a problem, like a super, super problem. Because that means he'll be about a good 215, 220. That's all he need to be. He don't need to get up to 230, 240. Nah, because that's gonna slow him down a lot more than what I feel like he already got an advantage and already is being looked at as a real life. He's gonna be a freak of nature. So we already know he number one. Scoot Henderson. Remember that name? They saying he's gonna be a real life flow commander when he come into the league. I think he like 6'3". Uh, Seen him play. I actually seen him play against this number one guy, and he's tough. He's tough. He's a dog. He got a tenacity like Kyrie, and he's a little taller, a little bigger than Kyrie. But the 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 confidence that he plays with reminds me of Kyrie. So I mean, they got him that high for a reason. So I ain't gonna sit here and say I've watched him play a lot, but I've seen him play some highlights and some spurts, and the talent is there. So they got him ranked number two. At 3-4, man, we got a set of twins by the name of Amin and Asor Thompson. I don't know if they're related to Clay. They're both 6'7". When I think of twins, with that physique, with that skill set that the experts are saying, I think of the Harrison brothers back from what 2012, 2013, 14. That I was like 14 that played with Randall down there in Kentucky. The Harrison brothers. They was about the same size, 6'6", 6'7", long, athletic, and you just knew they had a real bright NBA future ahead. But I don't know if I think one of them might still be in the league or in and out, but quite sure they both still attached to basketball because there's so many ways once you have a God given gift and you have the right body, like basically saying you're the right height and you ain't removed from college or the league that long. Of course, you can go to China, you can go to Russia, you can go all kinds of places to get a good look, keep, earning a professional bag. So, yeah, we got a set of twins at 3-4. We got Brandon Miller at 5. Brandon Miller plays down in the SEC from Bama, small forward. They got him saying they say he a top 5 pick. See him play a little bit. Got a lot of talent. So that's pretty interesting. They got a SEC guy right there at number 5. At 6, you got Nick Smith Jr. Jr. At 7, you got Jeray Walker. 8, Cam Whittemore from Villanova, small forward. 9, you got Keontae George, shooting guard, and 10, you got Anthony Black, which is a shooting guard. Um, Out of these 30 players that I, dive deep into, did some evaluation on, it's a lot of guard play. A lot of guard play. That's that the experts are projecting to come into the league this year and shake some things up. And yeah, I find that real interesting that you got more guards than bigs, but the guard play that's out here that's available, what it looks like to me, these are some big guards. I mean, it seems like the average guards on out of these 30 players, they all about like 6'4", 6'5". So that's a big group, a class of guards that's coming into the NBA next season. So it's gonna be interesting, man. At 11, we got Grady Dick. Grady Dick, of course, he's a part of the defending national championship program. He's a guard over there out there in Kansas, playing for Coach Bill Self, and his stock it will increase as far as they go. So big shout out to Grady Dick at 11. At 12, we got Jet Howard. Jet Howard, we all know he's the son of the former NBA veteran Jawan Howard. He's a guard over there in Michigan. And at 13, we got Cason Wallace at 14. We got Flupinski. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but we are Kyle Flupinski. He's a forward center down there at Duke. I've had the opportunity to watch Lupinski here the last few a couple games here this year, and dude's a baller. He's a baller. He got game. I'm talking about he got game, and when and I mean it's not a black and white thing. I mean, dude is playing at Duke. Duke is a premier school, man. Come on now, they gonna attract the top talent, creme de la creme of talent year in and year out. I mean, yeah, we know Coach K is no longer at the helm of things, but hey, we know Coach K is still attached to basketball and probably will be to the day he dies. So having a former player that won a title with him now at the helm of things, uh, big shout out to Coach John Shire. Um, you got a dog in Cal Pisky, man. He kind of reminds me of a college Dirk. Or let's get it straight. The way he's playing right now, he reminds me of Mo Wagner back at that played at Michigan about 4 or 5 years ago. The couple seasons Mo burst on the scene at Michigan and got them to that title game. That's exactly how boy playing right now. I don't know if he gonna stay in school though. I think he coming out one and done. Plus he got the skill set. I mean, this dude can put the ball on the floor. He can his post game is dope. He shoot like 85, 90 from the line, and he's 6'11". And he can like I said, put the ball on the floor. Like some guard set skills. So yeah, they got him at the number 14 overall prospect. At 15, got Bryce Sensabaugh, small forward. 16, got Greg Jackson. 17, got Maxwell Lewis. 18, got Ryan Ruppert, shooting guard. And 19, we got Chris Murray, point guard out of Missouri. Um, I think there's a great chance he could be kin to Keegan Murray that just went into the league from Sacramento, and I want to say Keegan played at Missouri SEC school, so that could be his brother, could be his cousin, but I'm quite sure it could be his brother. Because anytime you got a brother player that just went into the league, same name, and then next thing you know, it's the same name coming right behind it, same school. Got to do a little more homework on that. I'm not for sure, but I'm very optimistic that Keegan Murray is related to Chris because they got him number 19 overall prospect in the NBA draft this year. And then at 20, we got Taylor Henderson, power forward, at the number 20 player in the country. I don't know too much about Taylor. I got to do a little homework on it, but remember the name. At 21, we got James Nahu, center. In 22, we got Kalel Ware. 23, we got Tarkees Smith. 24, we got Leonard Miller, small forward. 25, we got Jalen Hood Shafrino. He's a point guard. 26, we got Derek Lively, the second. He's a center. And at 27, we got Jordan Hawkins. He's a shooting guard. 28, we got Darick Whitehead. He's a shooting guard. And 29, we got Dylan Mitchell. And at 30, we got Kobe Jones, which is a shooting guard. So those are your 30 players 30 names that that we got to pay attention to going into the 2023 draft. Um, as we get, a little more extensive into the remainder of the college basketball season, uh, I will have all these schools' names that these players are attached to, uh, and just FYI, out of those 30 schools, 30 players' names I named, um, it's about a good 10, 12 of them that's either overseas or playing in the G League already. So it ain't about 15 to 20 of these guys in college. And then the other half are already, in the G League or overseas somewhere and are already projected to be major contributors to the National Basketball Association here come the 2023 draft. So big shout out to all those names. Like I said, Big 12 dominated the challenge here this past weekend. They, won. They was up 7-3 in the 10 games they played. And here, episode 37 on Friday, we're gonna touch bases on the new rankings. Quite sure it's gonna be a nice little shakeup of things. Uh, I still feel like there will be 4 or 5 schools, like I said, throughout the course of the season that's gonna remain in the top 10. So big shout out to all the hoopers that are out here hooping. They doing the most to try to get to the next level in their lives and on their journey. So yeah, big shout out to college basketball as a whole, man. March Madness is right around the corner. Of course, we're in conference play, so all these games matter. Um, student sections, Dick Vitale, ESPN, everything is lit right now attached to college basketball because it's we know where we at. Before we dive into some baseball, yeah, big shout out to the Queen, man, Whitney, man, Brick City finest, Newark, New Jersey's finest, man, 973 stand up, man. I was born there, Essex County, man, 973, man. So if you ever see me talking about Whitney a lot or saying Brick City here and there, yeah, I got real ties to the South, but Brick City is who birthed me. Shout out to East Orange Hospital, man, Essex County, man. Big shout out to the 973, man. Thank you guys for giving me life and breathing Sydney into the universe. Thank you guys so much. Uh, we'll touch bases on some hockey real quick before we dive into this baseball news and the rest of the NBA. Things are pretty much the same. Boston still at the top, Carolina at 2. Carolina just took care of Boston here a couple days ago, 4-1. Boston was only able to score 1 goal in the first period, and then they got blanked in the next 2 periods. I think that's a little sign of some fatigue. They're getting close to their little break here soon. So, yeah, you won't see Boston just getting shut out for 2 straight periods a lot here the rest of the season, but they still at the top spot. But Carolina is making a strong push to catch them. They had a strong 2 still. Maple Leafs at 3. New Jersey and jump back in the mix of the top 5. The Devils they at 4. Dallas Stars they still at 5. Dallas kind of been at 5 here the last 2 3 weeks, but they a dangerous club. The Stars they've been a nice nucleus for the last 3 4 seasons, and I think they got conference finals or a Stanley Cup on they heart right now. So big shout out to the Dallas Stars, man. Tampa Bay and jump back up to 6. Tampa was all the way down to like 11 or 12, 13 one time. So they didn't jump back up to number 6 overall in all of hockey. So that's a good sign for the back-to-back defending champions of the 2019 and 2020 season. So yeah, big shout out to the Lightning, man. Seattle Kraken dropped a few slots. They at seven still. Got Winnipeg at eight, and you got the Rangers at nine. Uh, which is they dropped a little bit, but they still been kind of like in and out of the top 10, but they're still there. And then Vegas round off 10, the Vegas Knights, man. Vegas Knights, they've been in and out uh of the top five, and now they done dropped them all the way to the number 10 team in all of hockey. So they got a lot of work to do. They got to get back to the drawing board of things. Uh, they were taking the ice with a real vengeance. Good morning, my love. How you doing? You want to say hello? Okay, here goes the lovely Miss Emily. Say hi, babe. Say how y'all doing? Okay. Did you sleep okay? You sleep good? Okay. Did you wash your face and get yourself together? Yeah? Okay. Can I have a kissy? Can I have a hug? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, baby love. Thank you for showing bringing your grace. He should be making his way out here soon. Okay, go check him out. Tell him to come check me out. Yeah, that's Miss Emily. And there goes the Bubba. Mr. Bubba. Mr. Sidney Jr., man. He's the guy. Say what's up, buddy. You said what's he told y'all hi. Oh my goodness. So we all know he camera ready. Have a fight? What? Ooh. I was gonna say you ain't gonna hit your dance form today. Show him your dance moves. You ain't gonna show him no dance moves today? Ooh, 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 ooh. You not showing no dance moves, boy? Ooh, ooh. Give me five. Yeah. Oh my goodness. He's such a good baby. Look at him. He got big yawn. Yeah, he just touched. They just touched the surface. So, um, yeah, big shout out to all the babies, to all the mothers, to all the dads, man. This is what it's about right here, man. Gotta love these babies and hold on, cause they ain't gonna turn their back on us like regular people will. You know, these babies is gonna always let you know what it is and what it ain't. So, uh, yeah, man, my babies, they've already let it be known, man. When we going live, we out here giving the universe what it needs. Um, yeah, they gonna make a guest appearance and tap in and let daddy know, hey, what's up, dad? I'm gonna say hi to those people. I'm gonna say hi to whoever gonna tap into the live. And yeah, that lets me know that they headed in the right direction. They like people. They love to, be on camera and yeah, like I was saying earlier in the live, man. Uh, the work never stops. The work never stops. We always got to stay hungry and always got to stay ambitious for more. Um, Baseball, man. I was reading an article about how much money do the Major League Baseball managers make, skippers. And as of 2022, which they can't say 2000, as of 2023 because they haven't even played yet, but uh, going into the 2023 season right now, uh, the top five coaches, managers, skippers in all of baseball. Number one, we got OG Dave Roberts out here, Los Angeles, for the Dodgers. Man, he's the top bag earner in all of baseball right now. Uh, Dave has done a very good job, man, with the Dodgers. He's done an immaculate job with the Dodgers. He's given that city so much hope, and and it seems like every time they take the field year in and year out, it's World Series or nothing up in LA. They had a real rough patch in the early 2010s, looking up to all the success that San Francisco was having in the Bay. but still, it was a California thing out here on the West Coast, same division, and yeah, they've changed that narrative here in the last 8 years, going into a whole decade now. The NL West is all about the Dodgers, but San Diego, they got something to say about that. They've been knocking on the door. But Terry Francona, OG, for the Cleveland Guardians, he's number two top earner. Then number three, you got Bob Melvin, who's coaching the talented roster of the San Diego Padres. He's like the number three earner, real good bat. And then Buck Showalter at four for the Mets, and then five. It's a fluctuation of players at five because you got Snicker and I call him Snicker, Coach Brian out there in the A, and you got believe it or not Hinch, the former skipper for the Astros. He's making some good money in Detroit because they have a young club. I think Detroit as a whole, that general manager, uh, the front office, they was very stoked off of the way he built that Houston Astros system up. So uh, I can see why they giving him a good little bag. But the top five, the fifth earner that should be making top five bread, got to be the defending champion head coach, skipper Dusty Baker, who put a lot of work in to get to that point. He actually took a pay cut to be with a team like Houston a few seasons back prior to COVID, and with AJ losing his job, due to the scandal and whatnot. But those are your top five earners. Most of all of the baseball coaches and skippers, yeah, most of all of the baseball skippers and earners, man, they're all OGs, all old heads that got a lot of experience in the game. So that's what it seems like to me that baseball is an OG game, and all of the guys that have those majority of those 30 jobs, they're old heads. They've been around the game for a long, long time. But the average manager makes about $1 million to about $4 million a year to coach baseball. That's a good bag. To travel, to sit in the dugout, make adjustments. And, uh, yes, Papa. Yes, Mama. Yeah, it's a lot of good job. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time away from their family and their kids and things of that nature. But the compensation is very, very good. It's very, very good for Major League Baseball. What you showing them, baby? Oh my goodness! Wow, you did that. Good job. Can I have a five? Yay! High five. You got your ball? I thought your mom gonna put some on for you. Oh, she watching Paramount. What you about to watch? Oh. Yes, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Yay. Huh? Right. What you need? What's that? That's Bubba? You drew Bubba? Okay. And umpires and all the third base umpires and just anybody umpiring a baseball game, man. Uh, most of the OGs are making about 250, about 300,000, 400,000 a year to the umpire baseball games, man. That's a real good bag. Six figures to umpire baseball games, real good bag. A lot of traveling though, a lot of time away from the family. Good job. You gonna color that right now? Okay. You need your crayons? Yeah, that's a very good bag to call balls and strikes, man. or to call a ball fair, or to call people out at second and third. And yeah, it's not a lot of crazy running like the NFL or basketball, but with their officiating and referee and call and stuff. But yeah, six figures, big bag to be an umpire in all of baseball, man. And that article comes from Forbes. So this is not just an ESPN or Wikipedia thing. That's an article I dug up and found from Forbes. NBA. Uh, as we all know, man, King James, he's itching closer to the all-time top scorer record. And what other player would be more deserving of this? I think when it's all said and done, it'll be LeBron, KD at 1-2, because Kevin Durant is a very gifted scorer, man. Can't wait to see him get back out there with his team. Uh, Kyrie been on a real super tear here the last 5 games, putting the league on notice and letting the league know why. Good job, Mama. Letting the league know why he's an all-star starter this year, and just reminding people that hey, I'm still him. I'm still one of them ones. So don't sleep on me. You know, don't downplay my game. Y'all capping, thinking that cause of Nike took some bags and some endorsements from me. Man, Kyrie been out there taping the Nike, putting tape over the Nike signs, and just out there straight killing like a straight dog. And I don't blame him. It's his shoe. Yeah. So being that he gonna let Nike know that hey y'all ended my contract and did all that with me, man, I'm gonna just put some tape over y'all over your brand, and I'm gonna still get out here and hoop in my brand and let the world know that y'all can't silence me. You can't just shut me up and think that oh, because you're gonna take some money away from me because of what I believe in or what I feel like I want to support on my social media platforms and stuff, as in if I'm just this menace to society. Like, nah, man. Um, I'm very happy to see that young brother balling and hooping at the level he's hooping at because he's one of them ones. So big shout out to Kyrie, man. But the Lakers were robbed in Beantown here Saturday night, man. Jason Tatum clearly came down on LeBron's left arm, clear as day. The foul would have put LeBron at the line. Boston wouldn't have had. I don't know who that is, but that's very beautiful. Why don't you use some more colors though? No, use more colors like blue or green. Ooh, go watch that movie with bro. Oh wow, that's Paw Patrol. That's not Olaf. You crazy? You talking about Olaf? Olaf, that's yeah, that's Frozen, baby. Yeah. But LeBron, the Lakers, man, they got straight robbed this weekend, man. Pat Bell, big shout out to Pat Bell, man. Pat Beverly is like the teammate everybody should want to have because he gonna always have your bike. He like a little pit bull, like a little pest. He always gonna be with it, with the phone, with the motion. And that Pat Bell was fool, man. Pat Bell went to the bench and went and got a camera, a whole camera, and showed him like, look, you see this? It's on camera, clear day. But I just feel like LeBron, who he is, what he's done to the game. That's just one of them things that when you become so big and such a thing, man, you know, it's a time in life where you know things it won't be in your favor. Hmm, thank you. Hmm. Yeah, I feel like when you become bigger than life, bigger than the game, bigger than the sport, uh, yeah, it's gonna be some naysayers and some haters out here, man. That's gonna try to block. Let bro sit up there. You're not seeing that. Go sit down with mommy for a second. It's gonna be some naysayers that's gonna be out here trying to really block your motion. So, All I can say, King James, man, you got to get back to the drawing board. You got to get back to working. But to see you doing what you're doing at 38, um, it's unreal. It's unreal how you take care of your body. It's unreal how you still been able to just play at a level the way you're playing at 38. It's a beautiful thing to watch. It's poetry at its highest peak. So big shout out to the king, man. You're itching closer, man. Uh, Big shout out to Joel Embiid, man. Joel Embiid. He played a game of the ages here this past weekend, man. As you all know, I want to say it was episode 34. I gave some big shout outs to the two-time back-to-back MVP and Nikola Jokic for the praise that the all-time great Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dream, had been giving him lately. And it slipped my mind on episode 35 that Jokic was making a trip to Philly this weekend before the Super Bowl. That was a must-see basketball game, and I didn't get to watch it entirely. Philly was there 15 at the half, gave up 73. But man, look at here, that second half, they came out and did their thing and ended up winning that game, 126 to 119. So they erased the 15-point deficit, and Jokic was getting off at the half, and he finished with a stat line of 24, 9, and 8. But man, Embiid came with the funk though. Embiid came with what 47, 15, and 8. That's a beastie stat line right there. Uh, and that's what he's supposed to do. You know, like, hey, if you know the work you put in, you know that you're one of the best in the game, you know you're a grinder, you're a franchise player, and the league has somewhat made Jokic a standard. And I ain't gonna say the league did it. Jokic has earned the props and respect he's been getting the last 3, 4 seasons. He's earned that. But as a ball player, I know it burns Embiid to his core because he knows what kind of talent he has, and he knows that he's a part of something great with James Harden for a whole season. So it's kind of like you know, Philly fans, they've been trusting the process for years now, and it's kind of like it's time. It's time for Embiid to put together one of them seasons, one of them playoff runs where if it's not Shakish, it need to be damn near close to Shakish. And can hope and pray Harden can be somewhat of the old Harden. Because if that's the case, Philly coming out the East this year. But you know, KD gonna still be a problem. Boston Celtics still gonna be a problem. They won the East the year probably, and everybody's sleeping on Milwaukee. And Giannis night after night just keep coming out with 40s, 50 pieces, and 16, 17 boards, and he's up in his game. He's finally starting to shoot his jump shot more and more and more. And I said this the year when they won it, and then came back, and then they was kind of gassed out the next year. Uh, when Giannis get more comfortable of shooting his shot and can get in a rhythm like Kevin Durant, and at least have that audacity like Durant. Because I don't know if he's gonna ever be efficient and have that stroke like a Durant. Because Durant been doing it at a high level since OKC, since he came in the league, and he's only gotten better and better and more crafty at how to score. So Giannis got a lot of work to do, but the physique and the body work is there. And if he can get any type of KD company, he gonna be about the only one that's gonna probably get a youngster a run for his money in another 5 or 10 years. Giannis gonna be one of the ones where it ain't no backing down with him, and he ain't called a big freak for nothing. So, but big shout out to Greek Freak, man. He got the Bucks right where they want to be. They got a real deep team. They didn't. Big shout out to their medical staff and their team doctors. Chris Middleton is finally back playing basketball. That's a great sign for Milwaukee Bucks fans, especially closing in on the last 25. Okay, baby, getting ready to do, get close to the last 30 games of the season. You want your number two guy there. He wasn't available for him at all last season. So uh Chris Middleton, man, he's gonna be an X factor when it's all said and done. And yeah, with all those other pieces that they've added and just what Coach Mike Budenholzer has done there in the last few seasons, he's been, well, not the few, he's been there now for damn near 10 seasons there, coach. So he's done a great job with that program, with that culture. So and they won a championship here in the last 2, 3 seasons. So they're not no punks. They're not no busters. So you best to believe that the Milwaukee Bucks, when it's all said and done, they gonna be, you know, they gonna be in the mix of things. They gonna be in the mix of things. I'm telling you guys. So uh, they got clipped last year, uh, but they'll be back. They'll be back. And the East right now is clearly the better conference I see. Because the West is just so discombobulated. Pelicans was sitting at 3 just a few days ago, but then it's like that just tell you how bad all those other teams been playing. Dallas and the Clippers, because Pelicans have lost 13 of the last 16 games. So it's like, I had high hopes and praise for old Zion and McCullough and BI. He been out all year long, so I don't know what's up with BI. I don't know if he's some trade bait. I don't know if he don't want to be there on the low. But they got a lot of stuff going on that they got to fix because they got a talented club, got some good pieces, and yeah, they shouldn't be losing the way they've been losing here lately. But I'm quite sure they're gonna turn it around. They young. They got a lot of energy. So let's see how that all shakes out down there in with the Pelicans, man. But that's been episode 36, guys. Uh, it's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure to be able to be online, to be able to, be in the number one more time, to be able to speak uh, on fatherhood, hip hop, and sports at a high level. Because at the end of the day, uh, God is the ultimate, love is the ultimate, and ain't we ain't got no time to be out here trying to tear nobody down. And doing and trying to be spiteful and I'm gonna do them how they did me type shit. You know what I mean? Nah, that ain't love. That ain't the right energy. That ain't what we need to be promoting. So at the end of the day, uh, I'm still learning every day, and I just turned 37 here a month ago. So it's kind of like at the end of the day, uh, just got to keep learning more. Got to stay mindful and prayed up and have a overstanding and conscious of knowing that don't force yourself in places and with things that don't want no dealings with you. Let that shit go. Let it be. And if you know you still gotta be attached to it in so many aspects, be professional as possible about it. Be be pure as possible about it because like I said, it's just we living in some fucked up times, some very trying times, and some very fugazi times to where um it's a lot of people out here, a lot of tit for tat energy, and that's not what we promoting over here. So, episode 37, Friday AM, man. I can't wait to get back on with you guys. We're gonna have a lot of juicy news with more college basketball stuff, more NBA news, more hockey news, and of course we gotta get ready for spring trading. Baseball right around the corner. Uh, the energy and the hopes and the aspirations here in the San Diego Padres community. It's at an all time high right now. Like I told y'all a couple on 35 episode 35. Uh, the Padres as a whole, they've had to seize season ticket sales because the demand of season tickets is at an all time high right now. So that means you got more Padre fans than ever right now. That want to be in ball games this year, this summer. That's like gonna be the dopest place to be here this summer in Petco Park, taking your kids, your loved ones, your boo things, whatever the fuck you got going on. Petco will be a place to, you know, go and interact and socialize and be a part of things here this summer because they have shown and proved that hey, we want to bring the city out. We want to bring people out and bring people together. So very excited for the Padres as a whole. And Tatis, man, gonna get them 50 games out the way so you can get your ass back in the lineup and be doing what you need to do. Because they gonna need you to win it all and to get there. Period. They gonna need you. That showed last year. They really could have used your back and your professionalism and your grace that you bring to the game. So yeah, that's been episode 36, guys. Can't wait to tap back in with y'all. Episode 37. And like I said, man, love always. Let's keep going and let's stay prayed up out here, man. It's been a blessing, pleasure. And I'll tap back in with y'all here Friday, man. Y'all stay blessed. Keep God first. We out of here.